Hey, my name's Eldar. I've never considered myself particularly athletic. I've always been forced into doing different sports like basketball and karate, stuff like that as a child when I went to school. I never really enjoyed it. But recently I've been skateboarding a lot, which I could consider as a sport. I've been doing calisthenics with a friend who's been really coaching me through it. I've always had this thought of what is my peak performance? What could be the human being's peak performance? And I was just curious, and I wanted to know what my peak performance is. And I did some research on what is the greatest feat a person can do to demonstrate that they're at their peak performance. Oh, I thought of really dumb stuff like going to the top of Everest, which is of course a great achievement for anybody, but now everybody has been able to go to Everest if they have the money and they have people carrying their stuff for them. So it's not that cool. And I thought of a triathlon would be pretty good. I mean, if you do a full marathon, you do swimming, a bike race, that's pretty hardcore. And then I learned about the Ironman competition. For all of you who don't know what the Ironman competition is, it is a triathlon that includes first running a full marathon, which is 42.2 kilometers, then jumping into the water and doing a 4-kilometer swim, and jumping on a bike and doing 180 kilometers on that. And that's the Ironman competition. It's not exactly a race, because just the fact that you can do it is enough. And the Ironman competition is the biggest, baddest triathlon you can think of. And that's what I'll be preparing for. As somebody who hasn't done anything in their life, this is where I'm starting, from ground zero, and I'll be starting with running. I live in Budapest. In Budapest, we have a really cool island called Market Island that has a running path that goes for 5.3 kilometers. And that's exactly where I'm going to be training. Then 2 laps of it is going to be a quarter marathon. 4 laps of it will be half a marathon. 8 laps, full marathon. I feel like if I don't train for the full marathon on the island, I feel like I'll really struggle when I do compete in a marathon. And then once I can feel like I can do a full marathon, I'm going to go and actually compete in a marathon. And that'll be the kind of closure for running. And then I'm gonna start swimming. And then from swimming, I'm gonna go biking. The easiest one to start with is of course running, because you only need some running shoes and you need yourself. Swimming, you need to have some kind of a swimming pool, a pass. And then for the third, it's the most difficult. I actually need to get a bike to actually bike with, which by that point, I'll probably have enough money to get a bike, and it'll be a while off. I don't think it's that easy to train for a marathon. For swimming, it'll take a while. But this is where we start, from zero. I hope you can join me in my training to doing the Ironman competition. Just a few more things to add. This whole idea, this whole project was inspired by a few other YouTubers I'd like to acknowledge. Mainly Mike Boyd. So the first video I saw of him was him learning to do a kickflip in a certain amount of hours, and then he got bigger and bigger doing other stuff. And another person, of course, is Casey Neistat. He's been quite known to be doing a lot of runs and marathons, and he's been trying to get under 4 hours, which is a pretty decent goal now that I've done some research on marathons and how long it'll take to do it. I want to thank them from here on out that they gave me the idea and the inspiration to push myself a little further, even though I haven't even started yet. I did it. I did all the 5 kilometers. I kept up the same pace, around 5 minutes per kilometer. By the halftime, I was grunting really, really loudly. And I saw everybody looking at me, but I had my headphones on, so I didn't actually hear how loud I was grunting. But I was grunting pretty loudly. But I did it. I did all the 5.3 kilometers. I was sort of surprised how well I did, even though I have barely any condition. Maybe because of skateboarding I got some condition, just sweating and catching my breath all the time. I talked to my dad beforehand and he gave me some tips, and he said, if you only make it halfway, just walk the rest. And I was kind of scared that that's going to happen, but it didn't. I went the whole way. It was fine. I was kind of surprised with myself. But my body is really aching, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do calisthenics and let my muscles in my legs rest and have my upper body work a little bit. It's both nothing like what I expected and everything I expected, right? I was kind of both amazed myself and amazed how difficult it can be. This is the first step. This is the biggest lunge into it. I have to keep on going, and that's how it's gonna go. All right, I just got home after the run, and here are some thoughts that I've had. But I had a problem where I didn't know how to carry my stuff with me. My pockets aren't exactly great for running. And I watched this girl, I just searched running on YouTube and looked at the first result, and this girl's video came up, and she bought this special belt that goes onto her waist that can fit her phone, her wallet, everything she needs. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. But you know, to be honest, I don't have the budget to buy something like that, and I wanted it right now, right today. I wanted to start today. So I had a pretty good idea. I have some long pair of socks that I tie together on the toe end, and then you have two pretty large pockets, especially if your socks are nice and stretchy. And I was able to put my keys in there, my wallet, which is in here. And then if you tie it around your waist correctly, I actually tied it around my belly because it's a little bit smaller. I have a small belly. I was able to fit my wallet in there just fine. And I was able to fit my phone in the other pocket. And if you tie it correctly, your headphones don't get tangled up either. So I was able to listen to music, have it connected to my ears. Now the problem is you can't take anything in and out easily. You have to untie it from the hole ends. So you have to tie it into a knot on the hole end, untie it on the hole end in order to get anything in. But this is a pretty good DIY solution for carrying stuff with you, and it didn't bother me at all. Like, I mean, it might bother you because you're a different person, but it didn't bother me in any way or form. It was pretty good, I liked it. I mean, it got kind of painful by the end, but right now, you know, now that I got home, I feel pretty good. I feel like, okay, I wanna get the stuff done that normally I would have had to do that were kind of chores. Now I kind of wanna do them. This is probably the most difficult thing I've done today. So everything else is going to be pretty easy. All right, it's the second day. It's Monday. I can definitely feel my legs aching right now, but I'm guessing what's gonna happen is the more I run, the less aching I'll get over time. So what I'm going to do today is let my legs rest and do some upper body exercises at the workout park right next to the running track on Market Island. It's only day 2 and I'm already kind of excited for the whole shebang-a-bang. All right. I worked out for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and it was a little more difficult than I thought, especially with all the people there. There was no water taps near the outdoor workout area, so I said I'll take a short jog to the nearest one. I really pushed myself a little bit harder than I would usually, so that my body's reacting strangely. I felt like I needed to throw up, and my body started getting these like, you know, static all over my body. It was really strange, so I had to come into the grass and lay down. I thought it was a good idea. Maybe I wanted to keep my condition up, maybe do a little bit of running after the workout part, but I've had experience with this static in the hand and throwing up before. When I damaged my right ear canal, I had to go to the emergency room because I was just throwing up, and the ambulance wasn't going to come in time, so we took a taxi, and I was throwing up over it. I was regurgitating in the taxi into a plastic bag, and I felt the same sensations in my body, with my whole body feeling shaky, and that's the same feeling. But now I just laid down in the grass for like 10 minutes and I felt better, and now I feel better, and the whole shakiness is kind of worn off, but I still kind of feel lightheaded. It's a strange sensation, so maybe I just pushed myself a little harder than I should have. Alright, it's day 3. I didn't run yesterday because my whole body was sore. It was sore after doing the workout, and my legs were still sore. So I took one day to rest, and now let's go take a jog. I was really trying to run faster than I did on Sunday, which eventually I did run faster, but unfortunately, just on the halfway point, I took a break, and I didn't want to do that. But by the end of the first half, I was really feeling pain and cramping, and that's because I was really pushing myself to go faster in the first half. My second kilometer is almost a minute shorter than my average pace on Sunday, but I wasn't able to keep that pace up, right? And so like I had 4 minutes. 4 minutes was my fastest pace this run, but my average was 450. So I would have had 450 and not took a break in the middle if I would have had just went 450 each kilometer, right? But, you know, I really thought, oh, it might be, I'm gonna force myself a little bit more today, and it was not the best idea. But, you know, you live and you learn. Let's see. Tomorrow I'm gonna do upper body workout because I don't wanna, I mean, my muscles on my legs are already just kind of killing me. I don't wanna force them. I want to let them rest. That's what I think is really important, is if you don't let your body rest, it doesn't really matter if you know, run, or it doesn't matter if you work out. Hey, today's Saturday, which is, I think, the last day of the whole first week of the workout thing. And I'm kind of feeling like, okay, maybe this week I didn't really provide with much content. I want to show more of what I'm doing. I kind of just talk about in this first week of what I've been doing, which is I've already done 2 days of running, 2 days of working out, and today I'm going to do one more day of running, and I'm going to be wrapping it up all today, and then uploading the video for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll start the next week, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just experimenting. Of course, it's like there's a saying in Russian that the first pancake you ever make is going to be terrible out of the batch. So this is the first pancake. It's not as good as I want it to be. And then next week I'm going to strive not only to be better physically when I'm running and working out, but in music production, not music, yeah, maybe music, in video production quality, because I would like this to be an experience that you can have through the video. I want to be able to express how I'm feeling through the whole thing. So let's see. I'm gonna do one run today, and then it's over for this week. If you look, see that bridge over there? That and this bridge over here is the halfway distance of the Margaret Island, and you can see that is Margaret Island right there. So I run every day, well, not every day, every other day or so, from there to there and then back, which, I don't know, it feels strange. So it's Sunday today. It's the last day. Last Sunday I said that, you know, today is the day I'm going to be finishing the first week, and today is the day I'm going to be making the video and uploading it by tomorrow, which is what I'm planning on doing. But before that, let's do a quick recap of how my week went. I did a total of 16 kilometers. I did 16 kilometers with an average pace of 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Now, if we want to look at how I've been getting better, my first run, 28 minutes and 11 seconds, and I had a pace of 5 minutes and 9 seconds. The second time I went, which is 3 days later, I did the same run in 26 minutes, so in 2 minutes less and 9 seconds. So from 28 minutes and 11 seconds to 26 minutes and 9 seconds, which is a 2 minute, 2 second increase of speed just in general, while my pace went up by 4 seconds per kilometer from the first time to the second time. The third time, I did the same run in 25 minutes and 39 seconds, which is already 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so, 2 minutes and 22 seconds faster than my first run. And my pace was 6 seconds faster per kilometer. So I've had a drastic increase for each run that I've made. And meanwhile, the days that I didn't go running, I was working out in other ways, usually body weight exercises. So I think for the first week, I think it's a rather good start, and I would like to get better next week. Right now, it is raining pretty heavily, so I don't think I'll be able to do anything today, but I'll be editing the video, so I guess that's something, right? I'm hoping to see you next week